been designed for that.
Now, I noticed when you were putting the wall, the first row on top of the footing, that you're using a foam here called an inner foam. What's that all about?
Well, this is a product we've been working with quite a bit and working with the people. They have done tests for us, and we just hold our product down onto the concrete with it. So if we have a footing or a slab, this will be our anchor down to the bottom. That way we don't have to put any cleats down.
Keeps it nice and straight, and, well, as you say...
It's fast, and it's more solid, actually.
It doesn't require the cleats, as you're indicating as well.
That's right.
Now, the plastic strips, the recycled plastic strips, I might add, that they're used for applying siding on the outside or any
drywall on the inside.
Or drywall on the inside. Now, let's talk about the outside for a moment, though.
Right.
If we were going to be putting siding on, and this particular wall was going right up to the soffits, you would have no problem whatsoever putting the siding right onto those plastic clips.
Not a problem. Depending on the type of siding, we have different approvals for all different types of sidings, and there's different ways to do it, but normally we'll just use screws, and we'll just screw right into the product.
Wow.
We have all the testing to prove that.
Now, what about tar paper? You have to put tar paper under your siding.
No, that's the beauty of this product. It's an air barrier and a vapor barrier.
So therefore, no air barrier, no tar paper is required, no matter if it's a stucco or right on up into wood siding or cement siding or whatever. Now, on the inside, if I was going to be applying drywall on the inside, pretty easy to screw it into those 8-inch centers, which would give us 16-inch centers very easily.
That's right.
Now, what about a vapor barrier, though?
No, the vapor barrier is in the product.
So therefore, it's a vapor barrier
and
an air barrier.
It's reversible.
Wow, so you got the thermal capacity of a foam, you got the rigidity and stability of concrete and all the reinforcing. This is a system that really does the whole 9 yards.
Well, there's a little more to it than that. The concrete isn't just for structural, for stability. It actually, we use it as a thermal mass.
Also for a heat sink.
That's right. We protected it with foam, and that way we can protect it. And just an example of that, if the temperature outside goes up or down 40 degrees, that's protecting us inside the house from that temperature going up and down. So we don't feel drafts in the house.
Now, what about below grade? Like this foundation here is going to be, well, almost 10 feet. But below grade, there's going to be about 7 feet.
Right. We need to protect that. We need to protect this foam from the backfill coming against it and working at it, and also the groundwater working against it. And we will do that. We have a product over here. This is a waterproof membrane, we call it. We provide this. It's a 3-foot wide roll. This is how it comes onto site. And we would just cut off the lengths that we need, and you'll see we peel paper off of it. It's very sticky. It will stick to our foam very good, and we put that on vertically.
And so it goes vertical, overlaps, so what, a couple inches?
We have 2.5-inch overlap.
Oh, here. That's great. So therefore, once that's in place now, you just can backfill right up against it.
Well, we put a protection board against it, and then we backfill against that.
Backfill against that.
Right.
Wow. So features.
Features, I guess the biggest thing is energy. Like I said, with this thermal mass of concrete, that's the biggest part, but there's more to it than that. People want to be comfortable in their places nowadays. So what we do is we have a building that's solid. You don't feel wind from outside, you don't feel fire, things like that. Safety issues with the product's a big thing.
So it won't burn?
It won't burn. This concrete will protect you from the fire. The foam will melt a little bit, but it has a fire retardant built in, so it will not hold fire. Tornadoes, earthquakes,
so it's got
hurricanes,
that rackability.
That's right. And then as simple as just slamming the door and not having the pictures flap on the wall. So that's what I buy it for.
Now this wall here has gone up to the point that it is here in about, well, just a little over 2 hours. And in fact, you could put a foundation in a day.
Yes, you could.
So we'll pump the concrete in from the top.
That's right.
And I understand that the placer is going to use a 2-inch hose and pump in that aggregate concrete into the whole foundation system.
Well, most commonly we'll use a 3 or 4-inch hose on the top, but because we have a house above us, we have very limited space on the top.
To work around.
They're going to use a 2-inch hose with a special mix, yes.
That's excellent. Glenn, I want to thank you very much for giving us a full rundown on the ARC system.
It was a pleasure.
Great.